Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a story time of my first time on set. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. My first day on set started out like any first days of any film on set. I just had never been on set before. So this was literally my first day on this set, my first time on set ever. The first thing we did is everybody lined up outside. We hadn't even gone inside yet because they wanted to make sure before we went on inside that we either had our releases that were sent to us in our email and had them either signed or ready to sign, or they gave us physical copy if we did not have a printed copy. So that is the first thing that we did, was sign our releases saying that they can use our photo and video in their film, which makes complete sense because they need to make sure that you're willing to have your photo and video in this movie. So this movie was I'm Not Ashamed, which is telling the story of Columbine. So after that, we all went inside with our suitcases full of 90s clothes. They took us to extras holding because I was an extra on this film. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of scary being like my first time on set, but I didn't have to worry because a lot of people, it was their first time on set too. So I made some really great friends. I had a lot of fun. Now this film was like a while ago, so it's not like fresh on my mind. What they had us do is they'd pick kids to be in each scene, and so if you weren't picked, you stayed in extras holding, or like I think it was that day, it might have been a different day. We like went down, sat on the stairs, so that way we were closer. Because we were like all the way upstairs down a hallway in a classroom because we filmed at a high school. So that was extras holding, and then our lunch was brought in, snacks was in there. So literally we were taken from there to set and then taken back, and just depended on which kids they wanted for each scene. When you were put on scene or like on set to film, whenever they were like, okay, we need 10 kids and we need like 6 girls and 4 boys or whatever, however they wanted it, they radioed the extras handler, which was really cool. He was awesome. And so he would go through and he'd be like, you, and you, come with me. And so we'd go down to, and that was the first day. It was like the whatever amount of kids for that first day they wanted to use for that first scene that they were shooting. They'd put us, I literally lost my train of thought. They would take us down, like I think I was in one of the first scenes, and they'd take us downstairs to the hallway or to the classroom, wherever we were filming. I don't remember exactly where we filmed our first scene. I think it was the hallway. And they'd start us in like, to do one scene, they'd start us at a locker. And so like they wanted to look realistic. So like they'd have you open the locker, like put something in or take something out and just like close it, but don't like close it all the way because of the sound. And then like carry whatever you're doing or put it in there and then walk. So you're walking behind the person that they're actually filming. So like if the person is me and I'm looking at you, they'd have us walking behind the person. So that way they would get more realistic than if it was just an empty hallway. And so that was the first scene we did, actually, was standing at a locker, and they'd like keep rearranging us depending on shots, on scenes and stuff. And so at one point we were on this side and the other point we were on that side, and so like there was always movement, but we weren't allowed to talk until they'd go through and they'd be like, okay, so now I want to get just like, we could not be loud, but you know, the walking sounds, the like muttering in the hallways and stuff in high school. I was homeschooled, so I never went to high school, so I don't know what a hallway sounds like in a typical high school. So it was just like, it was really fun. It was like kind of strange being on set for the first time. I enjoyed it a lot. I made some really great friends. Some of us are still friends now. We talk on Facebook. That's where we're friends. And so it was just a lot of fun. They'd put us like in a classroom. You're either sitting on a desk, sitting in a chair at a desk, like turned facing the back of the classroom, facing the front of the classroom, sitting in front of the main character that the movie's about, sitting behind, sitting like either side of the main character, and they just like move you around based on the shot just to make sure that it looks the same each time. Between takes, like when not between takes, but between scenes when they don't need extras, they'd like send us back up to the classroom and we just hang out up there. I brought like books and stuff, so I was like never bored of just sitting there. But it was just a lot of fun, and so all the extras, we got to know each other very well because we filmed for 3 weeks. And so we'd all like start chatting and talking and stuff. And so we ended up pushing desks together, or the desks were already close together. And we just sit there and we talk about all kinds of random stuff, either what we're filming, the outfits we chose, what we were going to do for our hair in the 90s. It was just a lot of fun, and then we'd all eat together. Whoever we sat next to, we just ended up sitting next to the entire day, and we'd eat together. We'd just chill whenever we were sitting down on the stairs. Like, all of us were just like talking and having a great old time, and it was so much fun. That is the story time of my first day on set. First time ever on set. I just remember having fun, being a little like nervous just because it was my first time on set and I wasn't sure like I'd be the only one who's never been on set before, or if there'd be several people, and there was a couple people that had been on set before. There was a couple people that hadn't. And so it was just like, we had like, I want to say there was like 50 extras. So we had a mix between people who had experience, people who've never had experience. So it wasn't like everybody but me had experience before. So it worked out really well because I was able to, besides like watch YouTube videos and stuff, but ask people what their experience was, and that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to join the family here today, any day. I will see you guys next week with a new video. Bye.